Hello fellas and welcome back to Love Ribbon. In the last episode we decided it was enough was enough because our dad decided to ring us up and ask us why Zoe's been skipping classes. So after school one day we followed her and we kept following her onto a train, onto a subway, and it turns out she's been going to nightclubs, but not to pick up men. She actually plays a guitar. So she's been playing guitar and singing in some nightclubs, which is why she's been possibly skipping classes and going out quite late. But as always, it's a nightclub, and so there's some guy who's decided to try and pick up Iris. So, and this is essentially where we've left off at, with Zoe hopefully becoming our hero. So let's get back into this. Get the hell away from her. My eyes shoot open as a voice shouts through the suddenly very quiet bar. It's then that I finally register the lack of music. She just stopped. Oh, music's back. Upon the stage, Zoe is now standing up, looking right at us. Her eyes are dangerously focused, and her chest heaves in and out at a rapid pace. Oh, at least she's protecting her sister. Zoe? Man. Yes, there's a guy called Man. Or as I like to call Prick. What? I said, get away from her. What? What the hell? I was just talking to her. Not quite. Okay, that's not. Didn't think his guitar sound like that when you unplugged. Zoe unhooks her guitar from the amp, resulting in an ear-stinging pitch throughout the bar. I'm warning you. Zoe grips her guitar like a bat as she hops off the stage, quickly advancing toward. Yeah, I didn't realise it. Well, I knew you could use guitar as a bat, but it's a bit more of an expensive version of a bat. There's much cheaper methods. Now, every eye in the bar is turned towards us, watching the spectacle. The man stumbles back as Zoe is almost up on us. Whatever, crazy bitch. Yeah, kind of crazy. The man retreats, mumbling obscenities and throwing his arms into the air. And yeah, that's how it goes. Hey, when you're Renard, your arms flail. Manager. Here comes the manager. He's a bit late, but what in blazes are you doing? A short, red-faced man in a vest storms over. He's glaring daggers at Zoe, who stares back. Getting off stage and harassing my customers? Are you mental? Kind of. I took a leap of faith letting you in here. I want you gone. Now. Whatever, this place blows. Oh, it couldn't blow that much. You've been coming here often enough. Let's go, Iris. Not daring to speak a word, I follow Zoe out the bar. The squat man voices his outrage at us the entire trek out. And we're back outside. So yeah, and Zoe the nice hero. Yay for Zoe! Once we're a short ways from the bar, Zoe stops, turning to face me. My heart is pounding so fast from the encounter that I'm starting to shake a little. Are you okay? I'm fine. I just not used to that. It's probably a good thing that you're not. Yeah, you don't want to get used to something like that. Now then, why are you following me, Iris? Zoe puts her hand on her hip, twisting her mouth and into a scowl. I look away, not able to meet her accusatory gaze. Accusatory gaze. I can get words. They're close enough. Just a coincidence. You act so suspicious. Yeah, I doubt she's gonna think it's a coincidence. I think we're just gonna. I think the best thing to do here is to own up to it. Really. Yeah, we were following you. You were coming home late, and then I found flyers for bars in your room. So you really were snooping around in my room. Yeah, we kind of were. I was really worried. You've been missing classes, and I wasn't sure if you'd gotten mixed up into something dangerous or not. But I'm the one who's in the wrong. I made some really bad assumptions about you. You kind of did, yeah. Freaking dots. There's too many of these dot lines in this thing. I'm really sorry. I hang my head. I don't know what else to say. Zoe probably really hates me now, and with good reason. I'm sorry I worried you. Not so much. Uh-huh. You are? I guess it did look suspicious coming out here. That's an understatement, but I'm not going to push it. Zoe shrugs. Truth be told, I'm not even totally sure what I'm doing. Really? You're not? Zoe shakes her head and then looks around. I suppose it is sort of an unusual kind of place to get into music business, and it's not an easy business to get into, really. Listen, how about we get out of this place first? Very idea, good idea. I nod in agreement. I lag behind Zoe as we walk, my eyes downcast. Zoe had changed back into her uniform in the park bathroom, stating the smell of cigarette smoke sticking to her all her clothes was making her feel sick. Okay then, fair enough. I can't help but let out a heavy sigh. The day's events really wore me out. I guess that's to be expected. It's been a roller coaster of emotions all day. Here, you should sit down. It's ideal. Zoe leads me to the bench. I'm not physically tired, but I comply. Sitting on a bench doesn't sound so bad. Why not? To my surprise, Zoe sits down next to me too. I'm sorry I got you in trouble with that guy. You didn't get me in trouble. If I hadn't been there, that guy wouldn't have made you leave. The manager? That guy was a creep anyways. He's just a manager. He can't really complain for fights especially when you're trying to threaten somebody with a guitar. We sit in silence for a while. Comma, there's a comma there. While I collect my thoughts. Grammar, please. Weirdly, the one on the forefront of my mind isn't having to prowl through strange bars, or that weird guy. But instead, the amazing feeling of seeing Zoe up on stage. She was good. She was alright. Why are you smiling like that? You're weirding me out. Again, I'm just so happy. What about? I finally get to sit and talk to you like this. And on top of that, I found out you're an amazing singer. Amazing? What? I'm not? I only sing because I can't get a gig by just doing guitar. You won't do, will you? You need band for that. I was really surprised. Your voice is so beautiful. Okay then. Just stop complimenting me. It's embarrassing. It can is, yeah. Zoe rubs the back of her neck, staring off into the park. She seemed like she's going to say something, but then she stops, furrowing her brows. Then she moves to rise off the bench. Instinctively, I grab her wrist. Can we stay like this a little longer? Probably don't see why not. If we go back to the apartment, you're not going to hate me again, are you? Maybe? Look, I don't hate you. It's not what we've come to believe at this precise moment. Zoe stiffly crosses her arms, giving me a weak excuse. Despite trying my best not to, I feel a scowl creeping up on my face. When I first learned about you and your life, you seemed like some totally pampered girl. That's... yeah. It's not your fault. I feel stupid for even being mad now. Yeah. It's just... Zoey trails off, looking anywhere but in my general direction. After a long silence, it seems Zoey isn't going to say anything more. I decide to assure her. Well, now we could put it all behind us. I suppose it's ideal. But, you know, you really shouldn't be going to places like that. I need to make money. Money? What for? Zoey gestures to her guitar, which is leaning against the bench in the grass. Not here. I left all my equipment at school when I came here. I need money to buy good stuff, but more importantly, I'll get rusty if I don't play. Why don't you bring your... I thought you'd have brought your guitar with you, or some of your stuff. Probably your guitar and your amp. You wouldn't need to get a new guitar or anything like that. I thought if I did a few free shows, the owner might overlook my age and pay me. But obviously, that's not going to happen. No, it's kind of doesn't quite work. If it's a free show, it doesn't quite work like that. I'm sorry. Don't be. It's not a huge loss. No, not if you're not getting paid. But playing in bars? I thought it would be a good idea to play and make some money. Yeah, but not in free bars. You can't be making money playing for free. It just defies the logic behind it. I don't think favours come that quickly or that easily. Anyway, you could have just told me. Would you really have accepted that I wanted to play in bars for money? Probably not. I didn't want to risk you crying to Dad. No, he cried to us instead. I would have accepted that you wanted to play, Zoey. There's got to be other ways to do it. Your school doesn't have a music department for anything that isn't classical. I also don't want to disturb people in our apartment by practicing there either. I suppose that's fair enough. But there's got to be a better way than this. If I wanted to, I could fall in with some kids who are just doing it as a hobby. But that doesn't really solve my money problem. Not particularly, no. And I have nowhere to earn legitimately because I'm not old enough. No, I'm assuming you have to be a certain age to be able to get a busking license. Don't ask me about what it is like in Japan because I'm not Japanese. Anyway, I just blew my shot with the one guy seeding enough to let me play. I'll have to waste the next 2 years just doing nothing. Zoey was so stressed out that she'd go to these lengths. Making up my mind, I turned to face Zoey. Zoey, I'll help you. How do you manage to do that? You will? Of course. What are sisters for, after all? Yeah, you could try, but unless you can actually find somewhere for her to play properly, because you can't really be doing it in bars, because one, it's illegal, because she's underage, and two, if it's going to be free, you're not going to get any money anyway, because it's free. Anyway, Zoey stares at me, at a loss for words. I can't help but chuckle at how silly she's being. Of course I'll help her. We could start up a club at school. Maybe I can join too, as the manager or something. It'd be so much fun. Yeah, don't get into it unless you want to. It's just being a manager doesn't define you as part of the band. You're just there to book gigs, and you're not going to really book that many with it being in school. David, you'll let me use your name on applications? Again. Dots. Big dots. Huh? Oh, thank you, Iris. I'm so sorry I judged you. Before I can protest, Zoey gives me the most radiant smile I've ever seen. And if it couldn't get any more amazing, Zoey wraps her arms around me in a hug. Okay. Applications? You can only play in most of these places if you're old enough. With your name, I'll be able to pass the background screening with no problem. Okay then, so yeah, I understand that Iris is older than Zoey, but I didn't think by that much. What's their dad been up to? He must have had someone on the fly, surely. I might even be able to get in with the band. That would be some seriously good luck. Zoey mutters her future plans as I wait for my head to stop spinning from the contact of her warm, gentle hug. Okay. Hey, am I really this starved for affection? It seems like it. And more importantly, what did I just agree to? She's going to use your name, use you, and your age to get into bars that she's not normally allowed into. There you go. I pack my books and stationery as the final bell rings. School is over at last. I rise to my feet and head towards the door, hoping to catch Zoey before she leaves. Just as I begin to walk from my desk, however, someone blocks my path. Iris, do you have a minute? Oh, of course. I walk to the side and allow other classmates to pass. Once it's just my teacher and I, he begins to talk. Professor Sensei, as it's known. Iris, I wanted to talk to you about your score on the chemistry test from the other day. Oh, was it bad? Gulp. You do? I do. And going by the look on your face, I'd say you know exactly what I'm about to say. I grimace as I think about how badly I must have performed on that test. Between moving out and moving in with my suddenly announced younger sister, my mind was anywhere but on the exam. Oh yeah, it will be. Iris, need to remind you that you are one of the top candidates for Lilium's prestigious scholarship. You can't afford to let your marks fall. Your eligibility is entirely dependent on your grades. It's fair enough, especially for private schools and things like that. They're not going to waste their money on the students that aren't really going to learn, are they? So I realise that, I really do. But what? You have more important things to do in the future. This is your future we're talking about. Yeah, that's what I just said. Whatever's going on in your life, you can't afford to throw away this opportunity. If you continue to do poorly, we will have your scholarship revoked. Don't forget that. Oh, is that sort of a blackmail in some form? Before I can respond, my teacher walks off, leaving me alone to reflect on what he said. So, I really did that badly, huh? I wasn't worried that my home situation might affect my grades, but I didn't think it would be that bad. I need to do something about this. I grab my belongings and turn to head towards the door once more. What a jerk. I'm glad he doesn't teach my class. Okay then. No, he's not. Well, Zoey, when did you get here? About the time that good for nothing started laying into you. He's got to be strictness somewhere. You can't just let kids sort of smirk on the grades, like I said, in a private school as well. Who does he think he is anyway? Professor? Who's the teacher? That's how it goes. So your marks slipped a little. That's no reason to get bent out of shape. Not quite a little. No, it might be hard to hear, but he was right. I am eligible for a scholarship that this school provides. If I don't keep my grades perfect, it could go to someone else. He just cares about my future, that's all. Yeah, it's well said. Don't mess up the teachers, because they're there to help you get the best education you can, so listen to what they tell you, and just don't be an arse in school. If you say so, I do. Anyway, Forget about that. What are you waiting for me? What, were you waiting for me? Waiting for you? Well, you usually go right home after school, right? Could it be that you actually wanted to walk with your big sister home? Okay then. Don't get too full of yourself. And quit with the big sister thing. I just happened to be passing by when I saw you being lectured, that's all. Oh, I see. Yeah. I let out a deep sigh. I guess you're right. I shouldn't get so full of myself. My grades are dropping. My whole life has wrapped beyond my control, and my only sister hates me. Not quite. I have no reason to feel proud of myself. My shoulders droop more and more as I speak. While I don't truly believe what I just said, I don't think it's too far off the mark either. I don't think like I said, she did say she didn't hate you, but she's just not fond of you. Knew it. This could be very important crossroads in my life. Oh come on, you don't have it that bad. Yeah, see. It was only one test, wasn't it? And it's not like I really hate you or anything. I shake my head. It's okay, Zoey. You don't need to comfort me. She's not comforting you, she's just telling you how it is. What I should be doing right now is studying, not fishing for sympathy. I'm going to head home and understand. No, let me do that again. I'm going to head home. I'll understand if you want to go a different way than me. I push past Zoey and head towards the door once more. Once we leave school, Zoey and I continue to walk together, or as close together as the two of us seem to get. Yeah, side by side, close enough. Zoey walks a few steps behind me or behind, far enough away that we couldn't be strangers, but not so far that we might be separated. When I stop, she stops, and when I continue, so does she. Okay, it sounds like it's got a stalker. What is Zoey today? A lost puppy? Or a stalker? As I said. I called it. I slow to a halt. Say, Zoey? Yes? How long are you going to keep following me like this? I'm not following you. We do happen to live in the same building, remember? Oh, yeah. I start walking once again. Once I reach an intersection, I think to take a left turn, where I should have taken a right. You still don't remember the way back? You're supposed to go right. I'm not going home straight away, okay? Nah, she just wants to sort of see if she'll follow or not. I know your game. I see. I keep walking the path away from home, leaving Zoey at the intersection alone. At first she just stands there, watching me walk away. After a few seconds, however, I hear her footsteps creeping up behind me. She's interested. I thought you said you weren't following me. I'm not. I just happened to be making a detour on my way home too. Yeah, a detour coincidentally in exactly the same direction as us. I know what you're after. You're after her. We're getting somewhere. The Yuri is starting. Whatever you say. Well, I'm going this way, so... I like smoothies. Oh, for God's sake, these smoothie thing. Huh? Smoothies. I like them. Okay. Yes. Yeah. Remember that from the first... Was it the first episode? No, it was the second episode. Remember that 2 episodes ago? There's a place around here that sells them, right? Will you take me? Okay then. I turn to face Zoey. As always, she looks dead serious. Well, yeah, that's what you call a serious face. As always, she looks dead serious. There isn't an ounce of joy or compassion in her voice or on her face. Despite that, I can't help but think back to our first meeting, where she virtually despised you. You mean because I invited you before? Yeah. Don't misunderstand. I just feel like a smoothie. It's not a misunderstanding. That's what it is. Will you take me or not? I stare blankly at Zoey blankly. While her words are as cold as ever, I dare to think what she might be inviting me out. I dare to think she might be inviting me out. In her own way, that is. Yeah. Okay. I mean, yeah, I'll definitely take you. Great. Zoey turns around and walks toward our home, which is in the same direction as the smoothie ice cream store I had in mind. So do you literally essentially just walk one way and go, oh wait, no, this way. Yeah, and walk backwards. Yeah. Hey, wait. If you know where it is, why do you need an escort? Zoey says nothing and continues walking. Nah, she likes you. She likes you. As soon as we reach the ice cream store, we place our orders. After my indecisiveness on whether I wanted ice cream or a smoothie, Zoey insisted we order both. Oh my god. Honestly, ice cream's better. Get an ice cream. Unless it's one of those ice cream smoothie milkshakes. They can be pretty lush. Thanks to the easy involvement in serving ice cream and blended smoothies, our orders are ready shortly after we arrive. Don't take long. Not exactly a difficult thing to make. Ooh, that looks good. Was that an ooh? Is that? Yeah, I think that's that ooh. Is that ooh? That looks good. Something like that. I don't know. I indicate Zoey's ice cream as I pay in a. Try that again. I indicate Zoey's ice cream in a paper cup, which looks delicious. I'll have to try the chocolate next time. It is. Nothing beats chocolate ice cream. Kind of. No, I kind of prefer other types. Chocolate's nice, but I prefer. My favourite is probably the mint chocolate chip, really. You can't beat mint chocolate chip, really. It's the best you can get. I didn't pick you for a sweet tooth. I'm a complete sweet tooth. As long as it's got enough sugar in it, that's mine. I've got to go for the sweetest thing I physically can do. That's me. There is no human being alive who doesn't like chocolate. People are lactose intolerant. They might dislike chocolate. Can't argue with that. I can. I take a bite out of my strawberry ice cream, then wash it down in my shake. Mixed berries flavour. Okay then. What about you? Do you like fruity flavours that much? You could say that. Honestly, I love sweets of all kinds. Berry, chocolate, banana. It's all great. Although, despite the fact berry and banana aren't sweets. So, again. Well, you do look the type. Well, she does, but she doesn't. Yeah, wait. Was that supposed to be to mean? What's that supposed to mean? You look the type that likes sweet things. Nothing. Zoey casually takes a sip of her chocolate smoothie. Fine then. If that's how you're going to be, I won't let you try any of mine. Don't she wants to. Then it's a good thing. I don't want any. See? True to her words, Zoey shows no interest in my order, or sharing any of hers for that matter. Still, if you tell me I can't have any, that kind of makes me want some. Without warning, Zoey reaches across and scoops a spoonful of my ice cream. Oh, there we go. Hey, I just said you can't have any. I didn't stop her stealing any. Ha ha ha. Zoey reaches across me once more, this time taking a sip of my smoothie. Not bad. Thief! Not only my ice cream, but my smoothie too? Oh, don't leave them out in the open. Hide them. Fine. If that's how it's going to be. I grab Zoey's smoothie and bring it to my mouth. Zoey doesn't even stop me. Without her smoothie, like even with her smoothie an inch away from my lips, she doesn't move a muscle. Yeah, I don't think she cares really. What's wrong? Aren't you going to make us even? That was my intention. And look at the smoothie in my hands. And it dawned on me that Zoey has been drinking from this. if I went through with my plan, would we be sharing it? Oh, for God's sake. Really? We'll be sharing an indirect kiss? How is that an indirect kiss? I don't understand that concept of indirect. No. That's just stupid. No, you're just drinking from the same straw. There's no any form of kissing involved in that. That's just stupid. Whatever. Anyway, Zoey ordered drink from my smoothie and used her own spoon, which had been in her mouth, to eat some of my ice cream. Obviously, the thought didn't bother her. No, and it shouldn't bother you either. It's a stupid thing to be bothered about. Wait, of course he didn't. We're sisters. It's not like this is weird or anything. No, not like she's like picking out someone who's a complete stranger. Then no, it's not. I hesitantly take a sip. Did you like it? Yeah, it tastes chocolatey. I didn't see that coming. Duh. Zoe takes her smoothie back and immediately drinks from it. I'm definitely thinking about this too much. Yeah, you are. Yeah. Is this the first time you've been to an ice cream parlour with someone before? Eh? Oh, come to think of it, yeah, it is. Dad was busy with his job and usually didn't have time for stuff like this. I spent most of my free time in after school lessons or extracurricular activities. Smartass. My friends were bitter that I never went out with them, but I'd say I'd made the right choice. School comes first, right? Yeah, education comes first, not school. As far as I'm concerned, you'll learn a lot more out of school than you will in school. So, just remember, school is just the start of your life. As soon as you've left school, your life is beginning, not sort of halfway through. So don't just think you can just stay in school for the eternity. You'll learn a lot more out of school than you will in school. But that doesn't mean skip lessons either. By God, don't skip lessons. For the first time since we met up after school, Zoe's expression changes noticeably. She looks surprised to hear what I have to say, perhaps even shocked. No, I'm not that shocked. So that's how it was. I loved Dad and all, but it was pretty lonely. You know what I mean? What am I saying? Your position is probably worse. In fact, now that you've left behind everyone you know and care about overseas, you're the only one who should be complaining, not me. No, it's not that bad. Zoey looks sad for a moment, without either one of us realising it. The topic has grown rather heavy. Yeah, it kind of does. You go into like missing relatives at the moment, so. Back to her usual serious expression, Zoe's words are the only indicator of her sadness. Like me, she's been thrown around due to circumstances of our parents. But in her case, Zoe's come to this foreign school without her mother. Hardly parallel to my own situation. Yeah. I smile and take a scoop of Zoe's ice cream. Apology accepted. Thank you, Iris. Okay then. Just steal ice cream. Just don't steal my ice cream, because I'll stab you with a fork. Why don't we just put all of this behind us and start over? What'd you say? Yeah, I'd like that. That's nice. Zoe returns my words with a soft smile. It matches her cool yet beautiful face perfectly. And for the first time since we're reunited, I feel as though we might be able to become friends with her after all. That's nice. We're all getting nice and happy together. But that's going to be it for this episode. We'll start with this on the in the next one. And what I'm going to do now is show you my new outro that actually fits in with the new cards that have been out for about 3, 4, 5 months that I haven't really bothered doing. In fact, it's probably at least 5 months to be honest. So yeah, let's have a look at those. So thanks for watching. Leave a like if you like this episode. Subscribe to see some more, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.